Hello, today is Monday, February 1st, 2021, and I'm going to continue playing Realm. Hopefully I'll get to level, I definitely should get to level 20 today, and yeah. I looked at yesterday's video, and I was trying out this interesting screen recording software, and it was pretty awful. So this time I'm trying the screen recording software that comes with Windows 10, so the game bar stuff, and hopefully it's better. And yeah. So today has been fairly average. I have, finished some homework for class, and yeah. So something interesting I noticed today was just how little I felt with, when I looked at this. So I did an internship over summer, and I made some money, and then I put it into the stock market, just to see how, just for funsies. Well, it's probably a little more serious than that, but that's pretty much it. And so today I looked at how I was doing, and in total today I went up about $600, which is, if you just consider it as, conservatively, just assume over a 12-hour span, it's like $50 an hour or something like that. Or, no, a little bit under, but yeah, it's about 50. 12 times 50, 600, yeah. So it's about $50 an hour, which is kind of insane. Like, the job I got offered from that internship only pays like $20-some an hour. So you can imagine just how much money that is. But if you also look at what happened last week during all that GameStop shenanigans, I lost about $1,000 in total that week, right? So you can just see. And the interesting part is that I don't actually feel legit anything when it comes to the money I make or the money I lose. Like, when I was doing the internship and I saw I was being paid in my bank account, I was like so happy. I felt really good, I felt like I was being rewarded for everything I did, and I felt like it was a lot of money they're paying me. But in the stock market, just today I made about 600, right? But I don't actually feel anything. It's just kind of all whatever. It's probably because, I haven't put in any work, and so it's basically, you can consider it like basically a donation, right? Not even a donation, because if it's a donation, you have the experience of other people giving you money. But for this, it's just money appears, money disappears. Definitely losing money hurts a lot more, but like still, even that's kind of, I technically never even had that money to begin with, right? So, yeah. It's really just interesting, the idea, the feelings behind the stock market, and how disconnected it all feels in reality. Call Sam Hermit, Ocean Church. Bruh, level 20. Give me level 20. Let tier 3 health rank go. I'm so tanky. Yes, there's an ocean trench. What if I get the freaking sets? Start getting the set. That'd be so cool. I've never picked up a single piece of that set. So anyway, also recently I finished reading this book for a class called Design of Everyday Things by, what's his name? Don Norman? Yeah. So, Design of Everyday Things is about how designs we find in real life, a lot of them are flawed and don't actually, play to the consumer. So, for example, the two most important concepts, according, oh, my pet. Wait, that's not, I didn't pick it up, so. Someone else's. Anyway. So, the design of everyday things is about how, when as an engineer or software engineer or whatever you are, when you design a product, it needs to there are two important design concepts: discoverability and understanding. So the consumer needs to be able to discover what uses the product has. It can't just be like this completely foreign. Oh my god, this thing is freaking tanked. So basically, the consumer needs to be able to discover things about the product, how to use it, and then understanding is they need to understand like what the product can be used for, how to use it, what it can be used for, and those are what make up a good product. And how, if you don't understand a microwave, how to use a microwave, we should not blame ourselves for that. Instead, we should consider why this product wasn't designed so that I could understand it. Right? Super interesting. And how there's this entire classification of doors called Norman doors that are deeply flawed in that. Am I gonna die from? Are deeply flawed in that they don't actually tell you how you're supposed to use it. So, for example, when you see a handle that is like vertical, and you kind of assume those are handles that you pull, right? So straight metal bars, they look like you should pull. But sometimes doors will be designed with those on both sides, and people will misunderstand and think that you should pull when you should instead be pushing. Are you serious? Oh, holy shite. My health. This is more than I normally get. My freaking good class. So doors with handles on both sides, vertical handles, so that they're symmetric, right? That's at least, it looks nice, right? That's the idea. It looks nice, but it doesn't give you the correct signal. It tells you that you should be pulling when the designer actually wants you to push, and so it just doesn't tell you, and so people will make mistakes. And eventually, people will fix it by putting a sign and say, oh, you should be pushing instead of pulling. But in reality, a good design should be done so that it doesn't even need a sign. The actual product itself will signify to you what actions can be done and what actions shouldn't be done. And so, yeah, those are Norman doors. Parasite. With this class, the total of 6 defense. I'm gonna die. Is this worth it? Alright, let's just look what's inside. So yeah. How many people? 6? Okay. So, starting tonight, I'm gonna start learning Korean. At least that's the plan. You know, hopefully I'll be able to, find the motivation to keep learning Korean. But who knows with this kind of stuff. I've never been the most diligent when it comes to learning something that's not required of me. But I want to learn Korean because I just find it interesting. I want to travel to Korea someday. I think it'd be nice. It's super cool. Alright. Parasite. This boss is gonna one-shot me. Holy fudge. That guy normally does like 10 damage. It's freaking 44. That does not look like the right way. I see 2 people have bailed on this run of Parasite. That's cool. It's always fun. Aha, sick means nothing. I don't even have a freaking pet. Should I go back? Yeah, let's go back, apparently. Oryx run! I wonder if I would even survive going to O2. But once I roll 2 would be so scary. Maybe I'll find something good if I TP. Oh, man. Chest, please. So, I'm taking this psychology class, or introduction to psychology. It's just a for fun class. You know, just to learn about psychology. You know, understanding humans is a very important part of doing anything. So, and as a result of taking that class, they require us to participate in some psych studies, because, I mean, I guess they want to take advantage of the free research what's the term called? I don't know. Lab rats, I guess. Free lab rats. And so I recently took a survey created by them, and it was pretty freaking insane. It asked people about, like, do you feel your place in the world is meaningful? Do you feel happy? I think that's this entire freaking crap ton of questions that in total made no sense to me. But I highly doubt they're gonna look at all of them. So they're probably just gonna look at a couple questions that they handpicked and the others are disguised. That's what my thoughts are. Yeah. Deeply disturbing the fact that they forced me to freaking think about things that I don't want to think about. XD. Like, do I consider my life meaningful? Although, I'm also taking an ethics class, and they're also asking these similar kind of questions. Like, we learned about utilitarianism, which is we should consider things from the grand scheme of things. So, if we were going to talk about, say, climate change, we wouldn't question the morality of, is damaging the environment good? We'd question, does this provide what is the greatest total grand sum of happiness created by this? Am I gonna get so down doing this thing? I better get, oh crap, my health. So basically what you consider is the pleasure that we get from not caring about climate change versus the pleasure acquired by everyone who does care about climate change. Okay, my purple bag is a tier 3 attack. Oh damn. I wish I could just pick up the other bags. That'd be so much food. Oh, but tier 7 rogue. And it's free. So anyway, if you consider the present, we would say the greatest happiness for the present, which is not caring about climate change, and then you'd subtract all of the unhappiness caused by doing such a thing. Versus the unhappiness caused by caring about climate change now, and the happiness for all the people afterwards. And based on that, utilitarianism will tell you that the morally right thing to do is to care about climate change. They don't actually care about whether harming the environment is morally right or wrong. They care about the pleasure for the people. Which is an interesting way to think about it. I don't know if I would be a utilitarianist. Bruh, one is so free. Give me something good. Hey, one seller. Will I make it? With my 585 health? Snake Eye Ring is great. Honestly, underrated. Oh fuck. Here comes the challenging part. Can I make it? Bruh, Trickster is so... Oh, fuck. Alright, Nexus. Oh boy. Oh yeah, my health, man. Fresh characters are scary. Guess, dude. Yep. We'll see. One seller is spooky. Okay. This is spooky too. Alright, I'll probably feel okay. These guys freaking hurt. Why is Wizard such a bad class? Okay, there is a Sprite God over there. Obviously, ethics is it's an annoying class because there's so much writing involved. But I do understand why it's required. He closed the realm. Okay, this guy just insta-kill. Gee, thanks, buddy. I understand why they think it's necessary, but honestly, I don't know if I would ever think about this stuff. When actually doing any designing of my own. Mostly because it's long in the backseat window. But there are always those people paid to think about these things. And I read an article, a guy compared philosophy to plumbing. His idea was that you don't see either of them for the most part, but when you do notice them, it's when things have gone terribly wrong. He equated to philosophy as something that no one thinks about unless things are really awful, which I can kind of get behind that idea, but I also don't agree. Well, it's hard to actually agree or disagree because we always come up with these things like, oh, you only notice us when things go wrong, right? What is it even supposed to mean? It just sounds like someone is trying to make us feel important. We all know the hard sciences are clearly the only important thing. Who cares about liberal arts? XD. Although I will say, liberal art majors, that's one of the biggest scams I've ever seen. Liberal arts is important and all, but like, especially if you go to a freaking expensive ass school, you're literally throwing money down the drain. Honestly, I think the US places too high of importance on college when there are plenty of people, there are plenty of jobs for things like, trade school, things like that. But it's just not thought of as glamorously, and as such, no one wants to do it. Even though it's a very viable path. Probably more viable than, say, going to get a liberal arts degree in college. Because, bruh, all those people end up doing is like some kind of speaker or more liberal arts in college professors, which is, I guess, useful. Alright, snake pit, and then this guy's freaking hurt. thank you for hurting like crazy. We don't need it. Vitality. You don't feel it unless you're playing. Okay, why can I not get the perfect ability? Okay, Medusa, chill out. Chill out, bro. Why you hurt so much? So, can't wait for this weekend. It's gonna be the Super Bowl. Very interesting. Super interesting that we have freaking old man Tom Brady versus the new hot thing. Chill out. Alright, that's it for today's RotMG Journal, I guess. Goodbye.